All right, your truck needs a new fuel pump. You get your fuel tank down and it looks like this.
Oh, yucky. What do you do? Well, taking the lock ring off will be easy. All we gotta do is just pull it apart. Hey, Jamie, show him your nozzle. Stop goofing off, Jesus. All right, step one, blow the crap out of it. We don't want anything going down in that tank. This is so rotted. There's no way we're gonna be able to hammer this lock ring off. There's also a tool that fits into these grooves, kind of like a oil filter wrench for fuel pumps. But this one, yeah, there's no turning this lock ring off.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna snag my pry bar and start prying this off. I want that pump to stay sealed so that we don't get anything or as little as possible in the tank. All right, give her a blowjob, Jamie. So I'll just take it chunk by chunk. And these locks are manufactured into the tank. We're gonna not wanna ruin these and get them nice and clean. When this ring comes off, this pump may pop up at us. I doubt it because of the rust. The manufactured ring inside here has probably swollen and locked this plastic module on. So it'll probably won't pop up on us. Gently took my middle finger air chisel and went burnt, burnt to get this last little outer ring to kind of come off. And there we go. Let's blow her off some more. You can see this ring of metal around it. That's what these claws hook to, and it's definitely rusted and swollen. It almost looks like the tank has buckled a little bit in this area, deformed. So this is gonna be jammed on. Like, watch, try to pry that off. See if it actually comes up. I mean, it's gonna be jammed in there pretty good. Oh, it's actually coming. All right, it's moving. All right, go around the edges and start prying her. We'll give her another blow before she totally comes out to get all this little rust in out of there, you know.
Okay.
All right, pull her up the rest of the way. Money shot. These are where all the goodies are. That is a tight lip. Look, it won't fit around it. See, this rust will swell and push the plastic in. See, this is just the O-ring. And make the opening actually smaller than it's supposed to be. So if you have a fuel pump that fits perfectly in, now you're gonna have trouble getting it out. I started pulling it up while Jamie pried in a little on the plastic. The plastic reflects a little. We got some chunkies down there by the strainer. Let's look inside that tank. Fairly clean for how rusty the top was. Didn't get much in there. Give the tank a little cleaning. And now the new fuel pump may not want to fit inside here if this metal has pushed it in. And what you would do is very carefully, I like to use a Dremel tool, is just barely take a little bit off of here, or on the pump side where the plastic goes around it, take just a little shaving off if you can't get it in. This one, we're definitely going to want a wire wheel all the way around here, and we don't want to get anything inside the gas tank. So we're going to have to put something over this while we wire wheel or something or other. Just break the top off that module. Just try to keep as much out as possible and then clean the tank afterwards after we're done doing this. You don't want to clean the tank, do this, and clean the tank again, right? Let's go ahead and get that tank on its side, all in one corner to get the rest of the gas out. We're going to try to get 100% of the gas out because we're going to be wire wheeling right there. Gas and sparks don't mix. All right, so this truck wouldn't run. I ran my fingers up here and wiggled the wires, and then all of a sudden it started running. So I knew we had some sort of electrical issue, and I knew we had a regulator issue, which is built into the module. This is why it started running when I wiggled it. Look at the corrosion on that pin for the fuel pump. It actually took the pin off with it. You can see the corrosion at the end. And this clip was already broken, and this was gobbed up with RTV, as well as, yep, that's RTV. It's not JB Weld. It comes off. So somebody's been in here before, and they decided to RTV everything. I'm not sure why you would RTV a plastic connector, because nothing looks wrong with it. I could see why you would RTV this, because you were afraid of it coming out or water getting in, but the clip was already broken, and that was the problem, as well as the regulator inside the tank. I'd rather just buy a new wiring harness for the parts store for 10-15 bucks and put a new harness on. We'll clean this RTV off as well. We're working on getting all the gas out. Then we'll do a quick wire wheeling on all this metal and get parts ordered. New fuel pump module should come with the new O-ring, all the internals. We'll get the wiring harness in as well. Bringing out the electric guns. Not sure if electrical and gasoline mix, but I have used this for gas tanks before. Got the old electrical sucker on it, getting the last little bit out, sucking it up.
Every time I would do one of these tank drops, they're like, yo, so much easier to just take the bed off and do it. I mean, well, you saw how much rust was on top of that tank. Look at this. I don't want to start taking extra stuff off and then open a can of worms with this bolt snapping, this bolt breaking, this falling apart, this breaking. When you do a tank drop, all you got to worry about is these right here. Do these look good? Because that's the only hardware attaching it besides, you know, your wiring and your plastic fitting. So yeah, I'm gonna do the tank drop every time when they're rusty like this. I don't wanna go around taking out bolts under a rust bucket and having some snap or whatever. These are easily replaceable. If one of these snaps, I'll just weld another stud right in. Or a lot of trucks have a cutout with a C-clip, and that's all it is that holds it down. This particular one, no. So you just go over to your bucket of hardware, put a new C-clip in, you're good to go. I hardly ever correct myself when I say something wrong, but this one's for the keyboard warriors. U-clip, clip nut, whatever, sue me. Just simply wire wheeling, one of the claws came off. There's another one that's kind of weak. The other one still got some metal to them. So this is going to be a fuel tank replacement situation. There's one problem. Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Here's the other bad one. It's eating away right there. This is what we're going to do. Take a magnet to any crusties that went down in there. It'll stick to the magnet, the little rust flakes. Drop the fuel pump in, and because of the swelling, it's gonna already be super tight and stay down probably. Put the new tank lock ring in. Had to order one because the other one was deteriorated, right? Before we do that, put a little rust converter all around this. And we'll get our lock ring back on. You can see we got shiny metal here and here. So we could put a couple of, before we fill it up with gas, put a couple of tack welds from the ring to the tank just for extra security. And then it's like, yo, customer, you want to spend $300, $400, $500 on a fuel tank for this rusty thing? It's their call in the end. We could call a junkyard and try to find one that's not all rusted out. So just brainstorming some ideas. Pretty crazy.